What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode with MoonCat. Now, today I have some important news for you on maybe some of the up close and personal hints that we might be actually seeing in TFT that may be coming up in the next season. Now, I don't want to say this is 110% solid proof, but I will definitely say that this is absolutely something that could be like quite possibly happening. So I want you guys to hopefully listen in and really take my advice for what it is, because these could be some of the tips that you guys are not going to be getting anywhere else. I'm just as excited as anybody else when it comes to this right now. I am literally just beyond gilly, because in the new TFT season, we actually might be finding out that skins might have an influence on your characters. So if you have a Varus or a Warwick, your Varus is going to have either a fire skin or whatever it may be for a skin, and that's going to cause what they call Inferno. They are right now testing it out, and that is kind of what they're leaning towards when it comes to things of the naming so far. It's probably going to be dumbed down or if possibly put to somewhere else. Warwick has an ice skin in the newest release of the beta. He himself has Glacial, and instead of having Wild, it's actually called Predator. Now, this has to go into new areas. They're testing out multiple new areas. If I'm not mistaken, I have listed every single area that they have so far came up with. And that is going to include Light, Shadow, Inferno, Summoner, Ocean, Warden, Desert, Mystic, Poison, Crystal, and Mountain. Now, all of these may, be left field or right field to your way of thinking about what's actually going on, but they also might possibly be inside of the newest game. With that being said, I would also like to introduce the fact that a lot of the people that you have already, that you know of, have new areas or fields that could be added on into their kind of persona, I guess, if you would like to call it. So instead of having just, like Volibear with Brawler, which might be called Berserker, because Berserker is the new introduction of what's going on, you could have Electric and Berserker. You could have Kha'Zix, which instead of Void, which he's still an assassin, and I'll even prove right here, Void Assassin, it's now Desert Assassin. That could also go with the skin. And when it comes to Braum, who so far doesn't seem to have any unique skins to him whatsoever, he is still going to be holding his Glacial. But along with that, he's going to be holding a new perk called Warden instead of Guardian. Could theoretically be the same. I'm not going to say it's not going to be the same buff. I haven't seen many pics of it or much showing of these evidence towards it possibly being different. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions on that, but I will definitely say that might actually be inside of the game where they're changing their attributes to fit a broader aspect for more champions to be brought in. I will also definitely say, I know for a fact everybody wants to know, what are some of the new champions that could possibly be coming into this gameplay? So luckily, we have a top 10 list right now, and on the 10th is going to be the most overpowered champion that I personally think from visual record. Now, we'll start at 1 to 10. We got Twitch coming in. He's going to be holding a Poison, I'll definitely say he has the new skill of poison, which is always amusing. We have with us as well Kiana, Orm, Kog'Maw, Malzahar, Thresh, Diana, Ivern, which there's many woodland creatures as well. There's actually a entire new species or set of woodland creatures. So it's going to be woodland or forest. You have Nocturne and you have number 10, the most OP'd character so far to be presented, Annie, with her ult with Tibbers. So Tibbers is actually called into battle with a certain amount of health that's in the 2000s, if I'm not mistaken, and it's beyond over encumbered. It's encumbered some, I'll actually say. The fact that you can actually call another champion on your field when you're, let's say, level 7. Now you have a 2000 champion coming in. May there not be an ult, but at the same time, may there also be another creature or champion hitting upon an enemy at 2000 health. That's like carrying a team of brawlers, for Christ's sake. That's insane. With all this being said, there's a lot more to still be actually covered with what is your top pick for this new season actually becoming. Do you want to build Woodland? Do you want to build a Inferno? Do you want to build Summoners? What is the peak build in which should be built? Now, so far, it is looking as, for these top 4 ranks that I have given them, rank 1 is going to be Summoners. That is so far seen as the best comp. If you have a full Summoners comp, you have a more likely chance of winning. With this comp, if it sticks to as it is and they do a complete flip on what is already established in TFT itself, you can see that you can build into multiple different sets. So right now, I'm trying to build. With the set I have now, I would probably already have approximately 2 to 3 areas filled. It's that insane so far. They're trying to make these bigger champions smaller guys to bring in bigger champions. It's the normal way of economics going about. With that being said, Inferno takes second rank for being the second most powerful buff there is inside of this game. I mainly chose Infernal because you can actually build it pretty easily from summoners themselves. It's not something you have to struggle with. It's not anything that seems to be a little bit too far-fetched. Ocean also has a huge impact. They are more of a, not a powerhouse, but there are a few, like Nautilus comes in. Nautilus is going to be one of the Oceans, along with Nami, who is your healer, and you have more variety with Ocean. Ocean can actually carry you through a steady game. It can make you make things happen. For my number 4, we're going to talk about Light. The Light has a huge hitting capability. Lux is actually bracketed under Light. Lux's ult is going to be literally a team destroyer. There is nobody who is thinking they could actually compete with Lux herself, because she just does a death ray that's hitting a 2 cubed area or a 2 hexagon space, and if she shoots in between characters to hit your corner piece in the back left, you are going to lose more than just 1, more than just 2. You are going to lose at least 4 to 5 people if they are bunched up. It is that overpowered right now. It is going to be insane, so definitely try to grab as many Luxes as possible. Only issue is, she is supposedly projected to hit 7 coins on the market. So if you're trying to pick up this champ, you better be ready for that late game. because it is not going to come easy whatsoever. If you were to so far build summoners and manage to get Infernos, you're most likely grabbing Ocean. And if you're grabbing Ocean, you're probably getting Light. It all intertwines with each other. You're literally doing nothing wrong by continuing with this build. This entire build of Summoners, Inferno, Ocean, and Light is literally within itself if you stumble upon it. This is the most overpowered build that there is right now. Summoners being number 1, you need at least 6, but if you're level 9, you can actually fit in Inferno's Light and Ocean all in there with a 3-2 buff on each of them. Meaning that Summoners is literally all you need, and probably 1 or 2 extras, which Light probably goes with the Infernos or Light goes with the Ocean, because we all know that fire and water don't mix. So, I'm not going to make that assumption right there. Overall, what should we assume from all this information that I actually just gave you for the new TFT season that might be coming out for us, or any type of updates that might be coming in the future that we should be preparing for if you're truly trying to make that top tier? Now, everything may change. I'm not saying what I'm saying is definite. Skins may not be involved in the new classes, or skins may be involved in the new classes. If you see them, you already know what to possibly build. Now, there are these things called boost zones. I believe it's just for the beta. I didn't want to bring it up too early to get everybody hyped, but it's 30% attack speed, 1 singular hexagon. It does not buff the rest of your team. It does absolutely nothing for the rest of your team except for your 1 carry. This area does multiply usually by stage 4.5 to 5 if I'm not mistaken. And with that being said, you get that 30% on 2 separate people. I believe it's just the beta's way of trying to rush everything, make it push forward, try not to slow things down to an extent, but I also could be wrong. I won't say I'm completely right, because that would just be ignorant of me. Along with that, we have better comp setup systems coming along our way as soon as this new season drops. Supposedly, there is going to be a new system in which whatever you are building, it is going to show a steadier influx inside of your inventory or inside of your purchasing area that will dictate kind of what you build. Instead of you thinking, I'm going to go Assassin's Brawler, let's say, or I'm going to go Brawler Wilds. Brawler Wilds right now, by the way, is on a huge influx because of the way it wins. Along with Brawler Shapeshifters. That is going to be one of the top builds right now for any type of carry. Will it change? Yes. Will the setups be better? Yes. That is blatantly what I am trying to state to you guys right now, and definitely look forward to it. And, of course, the most prominent question whatsoever that anybody could possibly ask is there going to be more champs present? Honestly, do I really have to answer? Of course there is. The amount of champs that are going to be brought into the new TFT should at least be 3 to 4, if not 5. I would be surprised if they only dropped 2 champions on us. That would literally mean that all this work that they're going towards, they couldn't ever decide on anything. And I highly doubt that's actually a thing, due to the fact that if you look at the way TFT is growing right now, and in the economy it's actually in, people are so competitive with it. If you brought a new edge or a new scale to it, you could possibly be changing the entire game. So you're going to want something that will throw people through a loop. You're going to want something that won't make people stop playing. They all want us to play, and they all want us to continue our careers going along with these rankings. And along with those rankings, they want us to continue with what we love doing. Now, this is Mooncat, and remember, guys, we are the laziest of cats. Later, guys.